What's going on, everybody? It's a bearded one back with another stout. Stout month is going strong. We got a special stout from Trim Tab Brewing out of Birmingham, Alabama. They're probably my second favorite brewery from Alabama, and those of you from Alabama, I dare you to find out which brewery is my favorite brewery from Alabama. This is Breakfast Hero. I don't know if I already said that. This is an Imperial Donut Stout, so we're venturing into the pastry stout category. I know Joe from the Beer Patrol would be proud of me for trying it. A pastry stout. 35 IBUs and 37 SRM, so it's pretty black. What they say they put in the fermenter? Vermont maple syrup. What all they put in here? Maple syrup. Madagascar vanilla beans. Some kind of special coffee. And then glazed donuts play a part in here because glazed donuts are part of the featured. I also know there's lactose in here, so it should have a creamy mouthfeel. Let's just go ahead and get into this dang thing. It sounds delicious, and I've had a couple stouts I actually really liked, so I'm anxious to try this one. As I found, I do like monstrously sweet, big, chewy stouts, which I think a lot of people do. Anyways, nice head retention here going on, dissipating at a fairly slow rate. What I like to refer to as chocolate milk brown, a very dark brown for sure. I get bubbles, a lot of bubbles on the side of the glass here. I'm not seeing anything shooting up to the top. I mean, if it looks like a stout, and it smells like a stout, and it sounds like a stout, it's probably a stout. So, I don't know what else to tell you about this stout other than it looks like a stout. It's black. It's got the brown head. I mean, it's just there. What is the alcohol by volume? 8.5. So, yeah. Big stout here. Don't want to be chugging these and then trying to get into your car. Head's no longer there. Definitely dissipated away. Coffee, coffee, coffee. What I get out of most stouts. Roast. I think they use chocolate malts, and I did read an article that made some quality points about chocolate malts don't give off chocolatey flavors, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting them here. Is that wood I was smelling? Yeah, I'm not getting vanilla, I'm not getting the syrup. Not to say you won't get it, everybody's noses are different. I feel like I have a below average nose. It's just hard for me to pick up on things sometimes, and it frustrates me when I nose a beer. What sucks, I'd love to be a master cicerone one day, but I think I'm gonna have to realize I don't have the nose for that. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just gonna stay on the safe side and say if I smell any, I'm really trying to search for that syrup, as I feel like syrup has a strong enough flavor. I feel like if I lied to myself, I could find that syrup somewhere in there on the nose, but I don't think I'm smelling it. Again, you might smell it, and this beer might smell a lot better to you than it does to me. Coffee for sure, but not pungent or bitter. It's got a creamy mouthfeel, but I don't feel like they didn't like drown this thing in lactose, so it's not the biggest most velvety beer I've ever drank, but it is creamy, it is smooth, it is nice on the mouthfeel. I just feel like I feel like it's just not as advertised, or maybe I overhyped this beer in my head. I'm just getting I'm getting coffee and roast and dark chocolate, like a dark like cocoa almost. It's definitely not like a milk candy chocolate. I'm just chasing that maple syrup. I really wanted to taste that because they made sure to mention it. I don't feel like I'm getting the vanilla either, but vanilla a lot of the time, at least in my opinion, I feel like vanilla has it's got like a mild delicacy to it. So I feel like in something like a pastry stout, vanilla can kind of go under the radar, and then with the lactose in here, that can also. I mean, I don't know if lactose has an effect on vanilla or not, as far as sensory perception, but I feel like it would, anyways. One more time. I just got vanilla on the nose as I was drinking that. I don't know, guys. I don't want to trash on this beer. It's not bad, but it's like. So Ronald Terrio and my buddy Juice over at Juice's Brewing Q, they both tried and graded CBS. And I can't quite remember Terrio's critique of the beer. I know he gave it a 100, and I know he did talk about the maple syrup. My buddy Juice said a lot of maple syrup in that CBS. For me, I didn't pick up on the maple syrup, or maybe I am and I'm just not perceiving it right. But again, here, I'm just kind of bringing that back to this beer because there's maple syrup in this beer. I'm not making a direct comparison by any means to CVS. I'm just not getting the maple syrup. Every time I go in for a swig, I get a new scent. And then this beer has warmed. I didn't just try it fresh out of the fridge. I get the syrup now. I realize what I'm smelling. Yeah. Mapley all the way on the nose. I'm smelling it now. It's kind of bizarre how I just smelled it out of nowhere. I can't explain it. It could be there on the palate. Just coffee just overwhelms my palate, and it's hard for me to distinguish a lot of things. It's not a bad beer. It's really not. Alabama, for some reason, doesn't brew a lot of stouts. I've not seen a lot of stouts from any Alabama brewery on shelves ever. I've never seen one from Cross-Eyed Owl. Shameless shout out. I've never seen a stout from Good People. I've never seen it. Actually, I think Good People may have just come out with a stout, like one of those Mexican hot chocolate stouts. Avondale has a stout. Yellowhammer doesn't have a stout. Singing River has Ghost Train. I've never seen one from Goat Island. I'm not sure. I don't think Blue Pants ever came out with a R.I.P. Blue Pants. I don't think Blue Pants ever came out with a stout. Yeah, stouts are just uncommon in Alabama for some reason. I feel like this would be one of the best stouts in the state, though. As for my grade on this thing, I'm feeling like feeling a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like it's a really well made beer. For me personally, and I grade all these on personal preference. I don't try to be very objective in my observations. I go based on personal preference. And so for me, I don't get as much maple syrup as I wanted. Based on taste, I don't even know what Glazed Donut is doing on the featured list. I don't get a lot of the vanilla, but I do get the lactose. I do get like a dark chocolatey, roasty component. And like the malt bill is really complex on this thing, I feel like. And then I definitely get the coffee. It's a stout. So yeah, that's about all I got. Recommendations. If you're in Alabama and you like stouts, stouts at least north of Birmingham are hard to come by. So if you see this beer, give it a try. This is the inaugural release of Trim Tab's Cellar Reserve series, so it's got a little bit of a novelty to it. I've not had many pastry stouts, but I feel like there's pastry stouts that could be much sweeter than this one. So if you're looking for like a sugar bomb, this ain't it. But I think if you're a coffee lover, like if you're a new beer drinker but you enjoy coffee, maybe you'll try this one. I feel like it's sweet enough and not overly bitter at all for a beginner that happens to like coffee as well. And then it's just stout lovers all around. Just give it a try. And that's about all I got, guys. Trim Tab Brewing Breakfast Hero, 3.5 out of 5. Till next time, guys. Cheers.